松山机场的下方，录制了很多一些人在排队，在等着排队上来参观我们的奥比斯飞机医院的一个设备。那么现在我们已经把镜头带到飞机上来。那么我们在飞机上，我们要特别的访问一位我们很帅的帅哥。那这个帅哥是我们飞机医院的总监的一个医生 ，Dr. Hunter。那 Dr. Hunter 呢，他现在就在我身边。那我们要以这个比较特别的方式啊，来跟他做个访问。那这个访问呢，这个内容呢，我们也将在这样的一个My Life in the Sky 的书呢，帮这个 Dr. Hunter 的这个飞机上的生活做一个介绍。那同时呢，我们也希望更多的读者来了解我们这样的一个飞机医院的一个故事。好，好，Excuse me, Dr. Hunter. We want to like a special interview for you. So everybody like to know. So how many years are you working on the office, the eye hospital? Yeah, and how many the country you have been working by the hospital? And so could you introduce yourself? What is your duty on the plane?
Thank you so much for this opportunity to talk about Orbis and the good work that we do. My name is Dr. Hunter Cherwick. I'm the medical director of the plane.
Yes.
I've been on the plane for almost 5.5 years now, and I've been to over 25 countries with Orbis.
Yes, okay. So, do you think in the which country the people is the most serious, the blindness, the problem?
Blindness is serious throughout the world, and I think that's one of the things that this job has taught me, is that blindness unites the world. And that every country we go to, there's tragedies of poverty and blindness that we can address. And everywhere we go, we find children who've never seen their siblings. We see grandparents who've never seen their grandchildren. So really, I think this cause, this tragedy of avoidable blindness unites the world.
So we could like to know, so what is the reason that caused you like to working here, and what kind of is your mission you want to help the rest people here?
One of the things I like about Orbis, and one of the reasons why I joined Orbis, is our focus is teaching, training, and building the capacity in the countries where we work to address the issue of avoidable blindness. 80%, 80% of the world's blindness could be avoided or treated if people had access to quality eye care. So why I joined Orbis is because I like to teach and I like to help people who need our help most. And that's exactly what Orbis does, to build and train so that people in these countries are no longer suffering unnecessarily from blindness.
Yes. So how many people is the by operation on the board, and how many the blind people the operation by?
So since 1982, Orbis has treated thousands of children and patients on the Flying Eye Hospital. But I think what's more important is that we've trained thousands of doctors, nurses, engineers, and ophthalmologists that can go on and treat others. The whole purpose of Orbis is not to show off, but to show how, and to go to these countries and to train others in the eye care profession.
So we think this job is not easy because you always traveling around the world. Yeah. So what do you think the working environment is the factors your life and your social life or making friends?
Well, I think one thing that's very important to realize is you're born, with one family, but you have the opportunity to make another. And I have an Orbis family, so I am with my family at all times. We travel a lot. We probably travel anywhere between 45 to 50 weeks a year. So a lot of my life right now is dedicated to Orbis, but that's because I love it so much. And my family back home understands my passion for the work that I'm doing and the people that we're helping. So for me, although this job is very demanding, it's also very rewarding. It's being able to go around the world to teach, to help people who need our help most and that would not be able to get eye care if it were not for Orbis. So for me, this is a very demanding job, but it's even more rewarding.
So you are looking so handsome and so still young. Yeah. So I think if possible, when you fly in any country, maybe find some good partner become your wife. Huh?
Well, right now I'm married to Orbis,
oh, really?
and I will tell you that what's really important for us to focus on as individuals is what we can do to help those less fortunate. And I've dedicated my life and my career to international blindness. As I said, I don't think there's anything more important and more transforming than giving someone the gift of sight. So for your viewers, I would say that please look into Orbis, orbis.org, orbis.org, and learn about this cause of blindness and how we can treat it together through Orbis.
Do you have any ideas about if I want to become a volunteer working on the falls? So what should I do?
That's a great question. Orbis relies heavily on volunteers. In fact, we have almost 500 volunteers that register through our website at www.orbis.org. So I would tell everyone, if you're interested in supporting Orbis, either through financial support or volunteer support, you should really go to our website to learn more information about how you can best put your interest and skills to help us help the less fortunate suffering from blindness in the developing world.
Yeah. How many volunteers working here? The most members, they are come from which country most?
What I really love about Orbis is this Flying Eye Hospital, I think, is a wonderful example of functional diplomacy, where we literally have people from all over the world, more than 10 countries, working together as a family to help those patients that we are treating. So I will tell you that, you know, we have sometimes in our operating room 4 or 5 different countries helping one person. And I really think that this plane represents the Flying United Nations sometimes, because we are able to work across boundaries, across cultures, and across borders to best teach and best give care to our patients.
So what kind of the training program is on the Orbis Flying Hospital, and what is the currently offer the medical training program?
One of the things I like about Orbis is we not only just train doctors, we train anesthesiologists, nurses, and engineers. We train the entire team, because giving eye care is a team activity. And we train through lectures, hands-on training, simulator training. Also, we give workshops. So Orbis is all about getting all the different people involved with eye care and training them in multiple different ways to improve their skills and give them the resources and tools they need to better the eye care in their country.
Yes, okay. Because you should be living alone from your country.
Yeah.
Okay, so we could like understand more about your job on the plane, and what do you think this job is the most impactful for you in your life? What is the?
I think that's a very tough question. Obviously, when you're put in very challenging circumstances with very low resources, you test yourself, you test your mind, your body, and your spirit. I think the thing that I continually realize when I do this job is how lucky I've been and how blessed I've been. I have had a great family, a great childhood, I've had great health, and so for those who have benefited from, you know, a very wonderful life, I think it's only natural to give back.
Yes.
And to help those who have not been as blessed, who have been hit with poverty and blindness. So that's why I've chosen this job, and I would encourage your viewers that, you know, obviously anyone watching this television show would be able to say that they see well and they own a television, so they've actually done well financially. I think it's only right, and it's your responsibility to give back, to help those who can't see the television, who can't afford a television, to find a charity like Orbis that is able to help those less fortunate. I will tell you that this type of work is the most rewarding thing I've ever found to do. It's better than a vacation, it's better than making money, is working with a wonderful team and finding solutions to very challenging problems. So for me, what I've learned a lot about myself, I've learned a lot about the world, the countries where we work, but really I think at the end of the day, I realized that we're all connected. You know, I had family members who were unfortunately affected by blindness, and I do think blindness is something that unites the world, but I think I'd rather see us become united in a way to treat blindness. So I really think that what we're doing is a very special cause, and I think your viewers should really learn more about Orbis and the issue of blindness and how even small donations can transform the life of giving someone the gift of sight back. So thank you so much for your time. I want to thank your viewers. Like I said, Orbis is a very, very special organization. I encourage you to learn more about it and find ways that you can support our cause either financially or through volunteer support. So thank you very, very much for your time.
Thank you. But question, just for Dr. Hunter.
Yes.
So I want to know you. So do you have any special brand people make you the few difficult case for you unforgettable?
Yeah, I mean there are always cases that are difficult, and there are still diseases to this day that doctors cannot treat, and that's always very frustrating. Where you know this person needs your help, but the disease is like a genetic disease or one that we still cannot find a cure for. It's absolutely the hardest thing for me to do as a physician is to find a patient who needs our help, and we simply do not have a cure right now in medicine for genetic diseases or things like this. So I really enjoy Orbis because we also work in research to find new ways to better help these people. So, you know, for me what's always challenging is finding patients who have diseases that no one in medicine right now knows a cure for. But I like Orbis because we research and try to find these new cures and new treatments so that we do it better.
Okay, so because the Orbis, the Flying Hospital, is the non-profit organization in the world.
Yes.
So can you the announcement all of the country people and some airline company they something the idea for you to support the Orbis?
Well, you know, I think Orbis is a wonderful organization to support. You know, obviously we have wonderful sponsors like FedEx, Alcon Pharmaceuticals, Standard Chartered Bank. We have great partners at Orbis, but we're always looking for more partners. I think one of the things the corporations that sponsor Orbis enjoy is the fact that we go throughout the world, that we're not religiously or government affiliated, that our sole mission is to teach and help those that are affected by unavoidable blindness.
我们今天非常高兴来到我们这样的一个很特别的飞机医院访问了我们的 Dr. Hunter。那么他的一个飞行故事呢，我们将会放在我们的My Life in the Sky 这本公益书上。到时候呢，请各位读者一定要捧场，一定要买这样的一个书来回去，因为我们这个书是发行我们台湾的书局都可以拿得到。那我们这样的一个医院，它是完全是属于这个非盈利单位。我们也在此呼吁，希望呢我们在台湾还有在全球各地的朋友，只要有这样飞行医院到你的国家，您势必能够到现场去捐款那赞助您的这个爱心，然后支持这样的一个公益的一个活动。其实呢，这样的一个飞机呢，在全世界飞行已经有30年。那么在1982年的时候，就有美国的一位德州医生David 呢，他开始就有这样一个梦想，他希望能够成立一个这样在飞机上这个照顾这个也失明的朋友。那么后来呢，也成了一个这样的一个事实。那后来呢，又得到了这个我们这个 FedEx 的航空公司赞助。那么在2006年呢 ，FedEx 航空公司呢也捐助了500万美金。可见呢，这样的一个活动是值得大家来支持的。欢迎你们，那希望你们有机会呢，能够呢多支持我们的奥比斯飞行医院。谢谢大家，谢谢。OK， 好，上
下
青天。OK，let's show the camera。我要飞上青天。
Oh my lord！
我要飞上青天。OK， 谢谢。
谢谢。谢谢。
我要飞上青天。
谢谢。